Iran accuses US of Iranophobia and oppose and oppose after Trump and oppose Saudi visit. Chat with us in Facebook Messenger. Find out WHAT and oppose happening in the world as it unfolds. Trump says country is world and oppose's biggest sponsor of terrorism. Iran called on Washington on Monday to abandon its "warmongering policy, intervention, Iranophobia, and sales of dangerous and useless weapons to the main sponsors of terrorism." According to state-run Press TV. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Bahram Qasemi also claimed that U.S. policy in the Middle East was destabilizing the region. Unfortunately, under the hostile and aggressive policies of the American statesman, we are witnessing a renewed strengthening of terrorist groups in the region and miscalculation of the dictatorships which support these groups. Qasemi said. Trump and oppose's new tune on Islam unconvincing. Experts in Mideast SAYQASSEMI and oppose's comments come after U.S. President Donald Trump clinched a massive $110 billion military deal with Saudi Arabia over the weekend during his first foreign trip since he took office. In a speech to Arab Muslim leaders in Riyadh on Sunday, Trump singled out Iran as the world and oppose's biggest sponsor of terrorism. From Lebanon to Iraq to Yemen, Iran funds, arms, and trains terrorists, militias, and other extremist groups that spread destruction and chaos across the region. Trump said. For decades, Iran has fueled the fires of sectarian conflict and terror. It is a government that speaks openly of mass murder, vowing the destruction of Israel, death to America, and ruin for many leaders and nations in this room. Iran fresh from real elections attacked by POTUS in that bastion of democracy and moderation. Foreign policy are simply milking KSA of $480 pic.twitter.com AHFVRXK3HV Javed Zarif, @Zarif, May 21, 2017. In a tweet following the speech, Iranian Foreign Minister Javed Zarif accused Trump of ignoring Iran and oppose's democratic credentials to MILK Saudi Arabia of billions of dollars. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, 68, was re-elected for a second term with 57% of the vote in presidential elections last Friday, promising better relations with the rest of the world and more jobs for Iran and oppose's youth. He and oppose LL serve another 4 years in the post. A moderate compared to some of the COUNTRY and oppose's hardline clerics and political leaders, Rouhani was a key architect of the 2015 nuclear deal with the US, the European Union and other partners. His first term was marked by an emergent international outreach, a move supported by then U.S. President Barack Obama. Trump meets with Israeli President Reuven Rivlin in Jerusalem on Monday. On Monday, Trump arrived in Israel, where he again singled out Iran. Standing next to Israeli President Reuven Rivlin, Trump said. The United States and Israel can declare with one voice that Iran must never be allowed to possess a nuclear weapon and must cease its deadly funding, training and equipping of terrorists and militias. The nuclear agreement has been controversial in both the US and Iran, and it emerged as a top campaign issue in Iran and oppose's election. Under the agreement, Iran pledged to reduce its stockpile of low-enriched uranium by 98% and significantly scale back its number of installed centrifuges. In exchange, the US and the EU lifted some of the sanctions that have crippled the COUNTRY and oppose's economy. The fall in global oil prices has dented most of the economic benefits the opening of markets in the West may have had on Iran, leading to accusations from opponents Rouhani has not honored his promises. Conservative clerics were also angered by the fact that men and women danced together in the streets of Tehran following ROUHANI and oppose's election victory, testing the COUNTRY and oppose's strict segregation rules, Reuters reported.